and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. And welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Hello everybody. Monday Run Club, live from the Film My Run shed quarters, and we're on Watopia in Zwift, and we're running towards the jungle today. And what have we got today? Well, 10 kilometres or so of kind of progressive running. So distances get shorter, but the pace gets faster. Oh, I haven't put chat on. I'll put chat on in a second. And we do 2 of those. So one set, and the fastest of those is 400 metres at 13.5k ph. And then the second set, and the fastest of those is 14.7 kph. So a relatively comfortable start to the week, nothing too scary, and Even my wife managed Group A earlier on this afternoon, so we should get through this okay. Let me just put chat on while we're going relatively slowly. Got time to fiddle around. Good evening to you if you're watching, or good day. Hope you're having a great Monday. It's really quite warm in the shed, and I always curse the fact that I use a green screen, partly because it's a nightmare to set up, but also because it doesn't half make the room hot, because I have to have the curtains closed, and so it really keeps the heat in. I've got the doors as wide open as I can get them, but it's not going to make an awful lot of difference. Right, what have we got? Nick Onslow, good evening to you. Catley. Catley says she's first. Hello, Catley. And, or could be he, I suppose, Catley. And Daniel Woodley. Hello, mate. Sent over an email about possible filming in August. Are you still doing filming this year? Well, I don't know if I'll have any time. If I am filming this year, if there are any races, I'd be very surprised if there's any races in August. They haven't cancelled UTMB yet, which is at the end of August, but it wouldn't surprise me if they do. And I can't imagine doing any races before the end of August. But anyway, there we are. Nick Dumbleton, good evening to you. Ciao from Milano. Hello, Luca. And Stephen Smith says hello. And I've got a problem with my Stream Deck, which, one of them anyway. Ryan Downey, thanks for the ride on. So we've got a steady 1 mile warm-up. Doesn't look like we're increasing the pace at all. Excuse me.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Thanks for the ride on from his mummy. Daniel says, I'm looking to do the Serpent Trail, 50k. Okay, that's a nice one. I did the 100k a couple of years ago. Really lovely run. But I'd be surprised if it's going to go ahead, to be honest, Daniel. Neil says, good evening, Stephen. Hello, buddy. Let me lean over one more time and try and get my other Stream Deck working. Bear with me. If it goes again, I'll have to put it in another slot. In fact, I might do that now, just anyway. Right, let's see if that makes things any better.
You suck!
Right, keeping comfortably behind the pace boss at the moment. Pace bot is that thing flying up there in the sky. Lots of ride-ons dropping, thank you very much for those. If you're new to Zwift, this is the screen that you're looking at, and this is all the information on the screen. 1 kilometre down. Yeah, Nick says virtual races this year. I think so, probably, Nick. We might get something in towards the very back end of the year, but we can't be certain, can we, by any means? Rory, thanks for the ride on. Thank you, everybody who's dropping those. Yeah, so my wife had a go at Group A, Monday Run Club Group A today, and managed very well indeed. we saw a lot of you lot dropping her a ride on. She did the 4:30 UK time run, so thank you everybody who gave my wife a ride on when she did Monday Run Club earlier on. And we're coming up on an interesting part of Watopia now. So see in front of us the yellow bollards. They've been there for a couple of years now, and we're all wondering when they will lead to a new road in Watopia and where it will go. Lots of theories, but all the theories I've heard, well, they were made about 2 years ago when we first saw those bollards. A lot has changed since then. So will they ever be a new road? A lot of dust getting kicked up as we run into the jungle here. So in a second, we're going to increase the pace and we're going to go for 1,200 metres at 11.4 kilometres per hour. Thanks, Nick. I can't click on it now, but I will at some point. I've signed up actually for a Strava challenge, which is in conjunction with the New York Roadrunners. There's a half marathon that they're organising, a virtual one, but it's a Strava challenge as well. Right, here we go. 100 metres, there's a kilometre and a half done. Thanks again for the ride on. Terry Heath, thank you, buddy. Ward, Verlinden, I'm very well. Ward, thank you. Although, I think I'm going to get very hot in the shed quarters tonight. It is absolutely baking in here. Right, let's go. 11.4.
It's so easy to get set up for Zwift running. All you need are a few things. Firstly, access to a treadmill. Either at home or at the gym, it doesn't matter what kind of treadmill you use, any treadmill will work with Zwift. Next, you need a foot pod, preferably a Bluetooth foot pod, and the most popular ones to use at the moment are the Zwift Pod or the Stride. Then simply download the Zwift app onto any of these devices. So a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android phone, Zwift even works on Apple TV. Pair your foot pod in the app, possibly add a heart rate monitor if you like, and that's it. You're all set up for Zwift running.
I keep forgetting to change that to the new one. Ryan Downey, I can't see all of your message. Be nice if they added bits and pieces like the, and then I've got nothing else. Mark Payne, good evening to you, my friend. Hope you're well.
Nice.
So we're in the second phase of run today. 1,200 metres at 11.4. Ward, I don't know what you've typed there. Gabriella, hello to you.
Right on.
And Michael Hasser, thanks for the ride on.
Nice.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Right, okay, so Ryan Downey says it would be nice if they added bits and pieces like the phases of new construction. Yes, 2 kilometres done. More ride-ons dropping.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Gabriella, thank you. So keeping just about with pace spot. Sometimes we get a little bit ahead of it. Another ride on, thank you very much. Ward, take care, buddy.
Thank you.
So we're now in the heart of the jungle. No sunshine getting through, only a little bit of sunshine getting through the trees there. Walters, thanks for the ride on. And my Irish friend whose name I always forget how to pronounce.
I'm toast.
No, I'm not toast, that was the wrong button.
Right on.
There we go. And Ian Matthews, thanks for the ride on as well. See, there we go. We seem to have fallen behind the pace spot a tiny little bit there. Even though we're keeping to the right pace. Vetterman, thank you. And another one.
Right on.
Jeff Hillsworth, thank you very much. Ironman and verified Strava athlete, I think. Neil says, when is your next full marathon on here? Well, it won't be for a while because I've only just done one 2 weeks ago, or a week and a bit ago. So I won't be doing another full marathon for a little while. I haven't got anything planned. Well, no, that's not true. I have got something planned, but that's not a marathon. Anyway, 250 metres or so to go. Catley, what's that? / what? 250 metres, then we'll speed it up a bit. Obviously, this pace spot, the pace spot is specific to me. So everyone else who's running, they don't see my name flash across the screen there. They see their own names. So here we are going along the bridge. Ryan Downey says he's promised himself new running shoes if he goes sub 4 in a marathon. Nick Dumbleton says, I can't see the rest of your, I don't know what's the matter with my chat today, but I can't see the end of people's messages for some reason. Nick Dumbleton says, have you got any advice for setting heart rate? But it looks like there's something else there. Anyway, the best way to set your heart rate is to make sure you know what your max heart rate is. Within, a ballpark figure of what your max heart rate is. I know a lot of people think they want to be exact, but your max heart rate will change all the time depending on how fit you are. So, my max heart rate at the moment is probably around 195 to 200. So try and set your max heart rate as near as you can. Okay, Nick Dumbleton, yeah. Heart rate zones. So yes, just make Zwift will work out your heart rate zones for you. But the best way to do it is to make sure that you know, near as damn it, what your max heart rate is. Mark Payne says, why does Zwift not have an FTP test for runners? Well, they kind of do. The only reason they don't have a functional threshold power test is because we don't run to power. But a functional threshold heart rate, we do have a 5k test. So if you go into the workout section and you do the 5k test, 5k time trial, is it 5k test or 5k time trial? Anyway, it's a 5k test, and from that Zwift can determine your pace settings, and as long as you put a sensible maximum heart rate in there, it can work out your heart rate zones. Now, Mark Payne is saying 220 minus your age. That's kind of the classic old-fashioned way to work out your max heart rate. It's not really very accurate, to be honest with you. There are other mathematical formula that you can look up online. I don't want to say them now because I'll get it wrong. But go and look up some of the other mathematical formulas which are slightly more accurate. But even then, they don't really take account of your fitness, because the fitter you are, the higher your max heart rate will be. So for somebody like me, I'm 50 years old, but I'm a lot fitter than your kind of average 50-year-old. So my max heart rate is a lot higher. So if you take 220 minus my age, that would suggest that my max heart rate is 170. But my max heart rate is way higher than that. Hey Sam, how you doing?
Nice.
Nick, I would advise you to go onto Google and search for max heart rate formulas. There are better ones than 220 minus your age. But even, like I say, even they aren't great. What I would do, actually, the best way to find it out is to run a 5k run as hard as you possibly can. So if you can bear to do that, run 5 kilometres as hard as you dare, and then just take the max heart rate that you get from that. Right, 13.5, 400 metres, and then we'll drop down again. Yeah, I mean, that's the way to do it, really. Do the 5k test on Zwift, and then at the end of that run, it will show you your average heart rate, and it will show you your max heart rate. Take that max number and put it into settings in Zwift. At Buenaventura, I have taken a day off. I think Friday I didn't do any running at all. So I have taken a day off. Jeff Partridge says, you don't look a day over 55. Thanks, Jeff. On a good day, I like to think I could get away with 35. What do you reckon? If I hit the grey hair, maybe not, eh? Right, 100 metres left of this. By the way, thanks for all those ride-ons that have been dropping. Richter is the last one, thank you. So we can slow it down again now. That's the first kind of set over with. First kind of progressive set of decreasing the distance, but increasing the pace. 4 kilometres are done.
Nice.
Right, down to 11.7. And we've got a mile now. A mile at 11.7. So this second set is slightly faster than the first set. Nick Onslow doesn't know what a day off is. Thanks, Bonaventura.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for that, Ryan. Ryan Downey says Victoria could definitely pull off 35 easily. Hello? I'm the one streaming in front of the camera today. You can go and give Victoria compliments anytime you like. Bloody cheek of it. I'm not telling her that. She knows it anyway. Gets up in the morning, stands in front of the mirror. She looks at her naked body and she says, not bad for 2 kids and 47 years old. And don't you tell her I said that either. Constantly looking at herself in the mirror. Sarah, because it's funny.
Thank you very much. That's real.
I've got Homer as well, though.
Thank you.
Don't worry, I despise the guy as much as everybody else. But his voice is comedy gold. So we've got D. Clapton with us, and Standal, and Wojewoda, is that right, from Poland? All names I don't actually recognise. Same for RRS from Spain above me, and B. Dyke, Betancourt. There's a lot of names I don't recognise today. I think I do recognise Tilly, although maybe I'm thinking of Gerard Tilly, who we know very well, but this is D. Tilly. However, there is a very well-known name behind me. John McManus, inventor, writer, coder of the TSS app that a lot of you use. He is 5 seconds behind me. Sarah Jacobson says, it's a relief that I despise Trump. I cringe every time. Homer is better.
Thank you. You stink.
Well, it should be this, shouldn't it?
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
You stink.
There you go. Zwift Run website, zwift.com/run. Go and sign up if you haven't already signed up for your free Zwift running account. Neil says, how do you send ride-ons? Okay, well, there are different ways to do that. If you're not running in the game, you can just open up the Zwift companion app on your phone, and then you need to search for a runner. So if you go to Find Zwifters in the Zwift companion app, find Zwifters, and type in whoever's name. So type in my name, Stephen Cousins, with a PH, and my profile will come up. And there'll be a big blue button there, which says Ride On. Press that, and that gives me a ride on, and you'll see a big thumb drop down on my head like that one there. More wood, thank you. If you're in game, you just click on the runner's name. So say I wanted to give D. Clapton a ride on, I click on his name, and a thumb pops up here. I click that, and a ride on drops on his head like that. There's John McManus. Give him a ride on. Wojewoda. And Tilly. And we'll go to Betancourt up there, look. Drop him a ride on. Southie rather, from Australia. Well done to you. Fuentes. Dyke. Well done. RRS from Spain. And let's just pop up here and give EE from Germany a ride on. Boots from France. Aragon from Spain is out in front. and then back to me. So yeah, the way to do it if you're not in the game is to just go to the Zwift Companion app. No worries, Neil.
Nice.
Right, so coming to the end of the mile, 400 metres to go. Actually, that's not really near the end of the mile, is it? We've still got 400 metres. But after this 400, we've got 1,200 metres at 12.6, 800 metres at 13.8, and then we've got a little blast of 400 metres at 14.7, and then we start cool down. And we all love a bit of cool down. Right, where's the pace spot? See, the pace spot is probably now behind us. Even though we've been sticking to the instructions like glue, we are ahead of the pace spot. There it is, look, you can just see it hovering top right of the screen there. Thank you again for the ride on.
Thanks for giving my
Foster
dad a
and
ride
Westwood,
on.
thank you. Foster and Westwood, thank you. Oh right, and the pace spot is now ahead of us. I think it overtakes us going round corners. Right, so that was a nice 1 mile recovery. Kevin DeLuca, ride on to you, my friend.
Right on.
And Tall Boys, thank you as well. Okay, 5.5 kilometres coming up. 4 kilometres left, just over. 23 minutes of running to go. And we are about, thank you for those ride-ons, who's ever's dropped those. Let's have a look. Ryan, thank you. Ryan has dropped a load of ride-ons on everyone. Okay, so time for a speed up now.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
There we are, 12.6 now. 1,200 metres at this speed. Zwiftalizer, good website for checking how good your machine is at displaying the Zwift graphics. How does your machine compare to other people's Zwift machines? You can load up a log file to Zwiftalizer and it will check your system and tell you how good it is. Now, Ryan Downey is now worried about Ryan, who is our Ryan. Panicking, we've got too many Ryans on Zwift. We need to kill a few Ryans off. Buenaventura says, please put your weekly running schedule in Facebook so I can share a run with you. Well, I would do, Buenaventura, but the thing is, I don't always do what I think or what I say I'm going to do. Sometimes I might plan to do a run and then other things get in the way and I don't do it. And I do a different run or I don't run at all. Sometimes I've not planned a run and suddenly I'll do one out of the blue. 6 kilometres done.
Nice.
4.5, 3.5 to go. But I'll think about it, Buenaventura, and I will try and see if I can do something like that. Thank you for asking, though. See, Ryan Downey's now lost for words and can only use emoticons.
Right on.
Robinson, thank you.
Nice.
Those birds with the long tails that fly up there, I always think they're people until I look closely. I think people are flying in the sky until I look closely at it and realise it's one of those birds. There's one on the right, look, going into the... flying through the waterfall. Here he is. See, they look like legs, don't they?
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Wayne, thank you. And whoever that one was.
Right on.
Verton Radio. Thank you. 400 calories burned. 400 metres to go at this pace, and then we'll speed it up a bit more. Nick Onslow says, Ryan Downey's too busy deciding what trainers he's going to buy. No, he's panicking now. He's panicking about this Ryan bloke. He's already got Ryan Perring, Ryan Boyd, is it, to deal with. He doesn't want another Ryan confusing the situation even further. 6.5 kilometres done. 3 kilometres left of Monday Run Club. And we are getting faster. Heart rate is good though. 157. It's nice and easy. And cadence at 178 to 179 is just about right as well. Less than 3k to go. I did drop a video today. Don't know if you saw it on Zwift Runners. So I've finally done my review of the North Pole Engineering Run Smart treadmill sensor. So I hope you find something useful in that review if you're thinking of buying it. Definitely value for money.
3, 2, 1, let's go.
Right, 13.8 now. Speeding it up. 800 metres at this pace.
You suck.
I'm trying my best. Raj, thanks for the ride on. So John McManus and I, side by side, getting this done. Mine August, hey Stephen, what treadmill do you use? This is the Techno Gym My Run treadmill. There it is. Those are my stream decks, ignore them. Where you've got time, elevation, speed and distance. And that's all you need, a little paddle down here to start and stop the treadmill, and that's all you need. No fancy bells and whistles. 500 metres left, and then we'll knock it up one final time.
I'm toast.
No, wrong button again. I'm fine.
Right on.
Kevin Whaley, thank you. Meters before we knock it up again. Heart rate gradually going up 158. Cadence gradually going up 182.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Dixon, thank you for your ride on 250 meters now. So this is the business end now. Seven and a half K done, 2 to go. Of Monday Run Club, we'll make it up to 10K though. So about 10 and a half minutes left of running. Here's the arch.
Nice.
I doubt if we'll join you in the morning. We'll still be in bed, Nathan. Right, 400 metres at this pace. Last bit of an effort now. Let's go up to 15.
Right on.
Paul Haywood, thank you. 200 metres left. And then we can start relaxing. Oh yeah, Victoria has to work. Messenger, thank you. So heart rate has gone up. 165, perfect cadence though. Oh, just about anyway.
Nice.
There we go. Down to 12.8. Cool down starts. 9 minutes left. Zwift hacks. If you want to enhance your Zwift experience a bit, very interesting, useful hacks over at zwifthacks.com. Hello, Mauricio from Mexico.
Nice.
Only been to Mexico once. I went on holiday to Puerto Vallarta on the west coast many years ago now. Right, we can slow down again now. That's good.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Sussex geezer, thank you. This is getting easier, definitely. There's the sloth. Just missed the sloth hanging from the vine there. I've just noticed my camera angles aren't working again. I'm gonna have to have a look at that. Nathan says, looking very relaxed, Stephen. Yeah, feeling all right. Feeling comfortable.
Thanks for giving my dad a ride on.
Thanks, Carl. So if you've not signed up yet, subscribe to the Zwift Live channel. Oh, why didn't that appear on screen? There you go. We heard it, but we didn't see it. Please go and subscribe to the Zwift Live YouTube channel. All these runs every day streamed live on Zwift from the Film My Run shed quarters here on the south coast of the UK. And we can slow down a bit more now. Six minutes to go. Still running through the jungle. The whole jungle route is, I think it's about 12k, isn't it? Depends, from the beginning of the jungle to the end of the jungle, I think it's 10k or something. But then you've got a couple of k to get in and out of it as well.
It's so easy to get set up for Zwift running. All you need are a few things. Firstly, access to a treadmill. Either at home or at the gym, it doesn't matter what kind of treadmill you use, any treadmill will work with Zwift. Next, you need a foot pod, preferably a Bluetooth foot pod, and the most popular ones to use at the moment are the Zwift Pod or the Stride. Then simply download the Zwift app onto any of these devices. So a Mac, a PC, an iPhone, an iPad, an Android phone, Zwift even works on Apple TV. Pair your foot pod in the app, possibly add a heart rate monitor if you like, and that's it. You're all set up for Zwift running.
Right, Carl says, did you do the Gooder interval run? I did not get my shades. Is it because I missed a walking? No, it isn't at all. You only get the shades at the end of all three runs, as far as I'm aware. So you have to do all three of the Gooder sessions. So when you log into Zwift, you will see on the left-hand side of the screen the option to enter the mission. I assume if you enter it after you've done the first interval session, that should be credited to you. If not, you'll have to do it again. But yeah, I think you need to do all three sessions in order to get your sunglasses. I missed almost all of the interval stars I missed, Carl. I just couldn't slow down quick enough. And to be honest, I kind of didn't want to slow down to that speed. I didn't want a walking break. Right, 300 metres of Monday Run Club left. Heart rate has come down to 151. Cadence has slowed to 171. And unlike yesterday, today we're going to get all the stars. 11 out of 12 so far. Nathan, no, I'm not doing the relay with Adam. I think it's already full anyway. Right, last website, Zwift Insider. All the news that you need about Zwift, all the latest updates, all the latest release news, gossip, tutorials, everything you want on the Zwift Insider website. Thank you for the ride on. Can't see who that is. Oh, Bettencourt, thank you. Right, I'm going to walk for a bit now that we've finished Monday Run Club. Thank you guys for all those ride-ons. Much appreciated. Right, I think we may as well just walk it out to 10k. So it would have been 6 minutes a little while ago had I run to the end, but I think I'm just going to walk to the end. My wife can have the fastest 10k time today. She really did very, very well to do Group A on the Run Club today. Pushed herself out of her comfort zone, got it done, and yeah, I think her 10k time will be faster than my 10k time today. John McManus has stopped, he's done. I'm a sucker for points. Points make prizes. So I'm going to walk it out to 10k just to get those extra XP points.
Ride on!
Clapton, thank you for the ride on. Not Eric Clapton, unfortunately. Neil says, well done, Stephen. Thank you, buddy. Nick says, good job. Nathan says, he's trying to get me to do this this relay run with Adam. I've got other plans, Nathan. I'm doing something else. I don't know when Adam's thing is actually, but it's probably not a good idea for me. Right, we're still in the jungle. We haven't come out the other side yet. Although we are. Now, look, we are just about coming out the other side. So this is the split in the road. Where we'll probably go around to the left. And once we get around to the left, we will be heading out of the jungle. Heart rate has come right down now, 122 BPM. So that's nice. Minute and a half to go. And we will get to our target of 10 kilometres and another few XP points. 606 calories burned today. My fastest kilometre today was 4 minutes 12 seconds. Fastest 5k was 23:37. So a decent little bit of training. We've gone off to the right, not the left. That's all right. Doesn't make any difference because we're stopping in a few seconds. Join me tomorrow. We'll probably do Turn It Up Tuesday. But I'll have a look at the schedule because it might be the next interval session in the Gooder mission. So we'll have a look at that. But probably Turn It Up Tuesday tomorrow and then back for Workout Wednesday on Wednesday, funnily enough. So just waiting for those 10 XP points to drop in about 20 seconds time. Evan Morris says he's not impressed with anyone using Z Power. Well, okay, fair enough, but what happens if they can't do anything other than use Z Power? They haven't really got a choice, have they? Not everyone can go and afford to buy a £300... Oh, for goodness sake, Evan. Not everyone can go and afford to buy a £300 turbo trainer. Smart trainer, which is about the cheapest they come at, isn't it? Nick Onslow says, I'm running Endure 24 up and down my road in June, solo. Nice one. 1.5 kilometre loop, 24 hours. Neil says, when my back is better, I'll join you in a session. Thank you very much, Nick. That'd be great. Looking forward to that.
Thank you very much. That's really nice. Thank you.
Oh, I'm a sucker for it. Right, I think we're done, aren't we? That's 10k done. Let's just double check. Yeah, 10k done. Right, enjoyed that. Nice, straightforward start to the week. And we'll be back tomorrow for Turn Up Tuesday. Thank you very much for all your support on YouTube and Facebook. All the chat, that was nice, good fun. Always good to chat to you guys. And see you tomorrow. Take care. Bye-bye.
Right on.